Welcome to Everyday Cooking with Ann. Today we're going to bake Ann's coleslaw, and I call it my coleslaw because I've used a couple of recipes in my cookbook that have coleslaw, combine different ingredients in it, and I created my own coleslaw. I served it to my husband one night for dinner, and I mean, kind of as a main dish because it has so many great things in it. And he went bonkers, and all he can talk about is Ann's coleslaw, how great it is. And that's why I'm doing this video, because he wants me to show you how I make my coleslaw. It's unique because I developed it myself. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you some of the ingredients that we put in. When it comes to cabbage or carrots, usually that comes in coleslaw. You can buy your own like coleslaw already pre-made mixed in it if you want. I have done that before. I just happened to have cabbage and some carrots, so I made my own. I sliced it in half, cored my cabbage, and then sliced it very thinly, and then did a couple of chops, and that's what the texture that makes right here. And that makes for a great texture. The one reason why this salad is so great too is that sometimes you make a green salad, and what happens is that you have to serve it that night, especially if you put the dressing on it. But this is one of those salads, kind of like broccoli salad. It has a nice sturdy vegetable in there so that it holds the dressing well, and you can eat it maybe the third day even. So I make quite a lot of it, but the recipe today is going to show just like a serving for one night. So let me show you what goes in the salad. We have red and yellow bell peppers. I've prepped these things ahead of time for you. Okay, we have red bell pepper, chopped about a half a cup of that. Yellow bell pepper. You can see how much color and texture we're putting in the salad. I personally love a red onion, so we're adding a sliced red onion so you get a little bit bigger bites, but you can chop it up smaller if you want. I actually like the sliced red onion. You can substitute green onion for this too if that's your preference. One of the main ingredients of this salad is I like to use HoneyCrisp apples, and so I've got about a cup of those in here. You can put either 1 or 2 apples in here. You know, I love Craisins in almost everything, so if I can find a reason to put it in, I'll do it. So these are dried cranberries. You can decide how much you want to put it in. I put in the recipe a half a cup, something like that, and that's about right. And then another really main ingredient that just makes this is cilantro, and I cut up a whole thing of cilantro to put in here. So that's quite a bit. Okay, now you can see we've got a fairly large salad. And so I think what I'm going to do is double my recipe because for dressing. So I'm going to show you that in just a moment. But look how colorful it is and how many textures are in it. You can add more apple if you'd like. But this is going to have a little bit of a unique flavor actually, because we're using something Asian in the dressing and something Mexican too at the same time. So like I said, I made this up and it has a lot of zing. Okay, let's get started. To make it a little bit healthier, I'm not using all mayonnaise, but I'm putting about a half a cup of plain white yogurt. This is a full-fat yogurt. I'm going to put that in my dressing. Right over here. And then another half a cup of this as well, of regular Best Foods mayonnaise or your favorite brand. This is certainly my favorite brand. Okay, and then something really unique. I use this in a couple of other salads that I make and other things, and so I decided to put this in the salad too, and it's so delicious. And I only have just enough to show you. This is Mango Chutney, and this gives it a real nice little zing. So I'm going to put the rest of this in here. It's a little bit spicy, and it also adds a ton of flavor to this salad, by the way. So, okay, and so you want, in salad dressings that I make, you need a little bit of sugar and a little bit of salty stuff, and we'll be adding some spices here in just a moment. But you want to put like a whole tablespoon of sugar. You can use your sugar substitute if you want, to make this a little healthier if you want. And then I'm going to be putting in a 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. I've already of course, made my own homemade lemon juice. You could probably use store-bought, but I always buy lots of lemons and make my own. You can add a little bit more of that if you'd like. And I've got up to 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. And I'm just about out of my mustard too, so I'm putting all the rest of that in here. Maybe not quite 2 teaspoons. This is something I always have in my pantry for lots of different reasons, but mostly salad dressings that I make. I make almost all of my homemade salad dressings, okay? Now, what we're gonna make is we're gonna put in a half a teaspoon of, this is ground chipotle chili pepper. So this is gonna give it a little bit of zip and zing. So we're gonna put a half a teaspoon of this, and also a half a teaspoon of ground cumin. Okay, we're going to mix this up thoroughly. Now you can taste test this and see if you want a little bit or more or less of something else in here. But this is all that I put in my dressing. Okay, and then all you do then, of course, is just add it to the salad, along with and just, you know, you can modify this if you're having more or less salad. Now you can see this is a huge salad that I'm making, but believe me, by a couple of days from now it will be gone because you have to have seconds the first time you eat it. It's so good. And this dressing is delish. And another thing that's optional that you can add to your salad, but it's never optional for me if I have them on hand, is I love nuts, and so does my husband. So we are going to put in maybe a half a cup of sliced almonds as well. So now I'm going to just mix this up. And I have quite a bit of salad here. I may want to make a little bit more dressing. I didn't really measure out the amount of cabbage that I did. I just kind of eyeballed it. That's one good thing about salads. You don't have to be exact with just about anything. You can put more or less what you want in it, however much you want. Now this is going to be a lot better if you let this sit for a while before you serve it, because it's going to meld the flavors into the cabbage. Cabbage will soak that up. And so look, you've got, I don't know if you call this a Mexican salad because it's got the chutney, it's got the apples. I don't know what you call it, but I just call it Anne's coleslaw because it really is amazing and delicious. And your family or friends will probably really say, what is in this salad that is so good? And you can tell people, well, you'll have to go see the video. So I would like you to, thank you for watching the video. I would like you to go and watch my broccoli salad video too, because it has similar things in it that make a really great hearty salad that you can eat every day. The recipe for this salad is in the description below under Show Me, and you can get the recipe and get it tried.